Follow white rabbit. I'm taking potions, call me Alice.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching this. I'm back in again today, but I'm actually editing this video for your purpose, for hopefully to improve your find. Maybe you have something on your own permission that you don't even know existed. I'm going to show you some free tools online, which I use, mainly focusing on side-by-side maps today. But yeah, just going to give you some hints, tips on what to look out for. And probably some hidden features you didn't know existed on there. But anyway, this is just hopefully to increase your finds rate as you're out metal detecting and you have a gorgeous permission. Yeah, this is basically, if you have your own permission, check it out on this website and look for these little telltale signs that something could be amazing waiting for you to find with your metal detector. Yeah, so it's a bit of an educational video. Grim doesn't do educational videos. He needs educating himself because he's dumb as dum-dum. But anyway, Grimmy, well, let's gas in. I'm going to try and edit this so make it as aesthetically pleasing as possible for your eye. And hopefully you'll understand it. Right, without further ado, let's switch to Google. First thing you want to do is go to your Google search bar and type in side-by-side maps. And you'll see this coming up here. If you click on the highlighted purple one, it should come up with this here. It's a National Library of Scotland. You're going to get this little pop-up banner here. You just cross that out, press the little tick of the cross there. And you want to get rid of this little cross here on the left-hand side as well. So you want to click off that, so that way you get a full use of both sides of the map. And what you're seeing here is two side-by-side maps, one from the 1885 and one from present day. But you can zoom in with great details into specific places on this. I am just scrolling through the present day maps, which are all on the right hand side, and the older maps are all on the left hand side. If you scroll through, there's lots of little hidden features there for specifically if you want to search a place, you know roughly where it is, but you don't know where it is, so you use the name, and you go, obviously, I use the Bing hybrid bit, so I can actually find the names of towns. So that way you're not getting lost in the British countryside without even being in the British countryside. I mean, there's Londinium, as they used to say in Rome. So I'm just going to focus in a few bits now. I'm going to zoom right in so you can see the actual details it goes into. As I'm zooming in a little bit closer, you see more details from the old maps come more prominent, and you actually identify certain things like a small town here, there's an old road there, you can see like the boundary lines, you can see obviously old farms, so just having a scan around, especially look for places like smithies, obviously old workshops, metal workshops, they're always good to go around. But yeah, just take your time and have a look through your permission and have a look and to see if anything catches your eye. You'll see in a minute something catches my eye. I've spent hours just scrolling around my permissions with these maps, just seeing anything catches my eye. I went to investigate mode. One time I saw this here. I spotted this a couple of years back, but something definitely caught my eye here. If you look at this map here, the present day map, you can see there's definitely a circle shape. So I went into more detail to find out exactly what's going on there. So this circle shape could be a number of one things. It could be present day, someone's used it as a racetrack or something like that, or it could be some circular ring to keep animals in, which they've penned off in the past. It could end up being absolutely nothing. But something really caught my eye about this. Thought that looks very much could possibly be an old roundhouse. The way it crosses the boundary lines and crosses two fields. And they put the boundary line of the fields literally like halfway through the actual house itself. So then I went on to LiDAR, which is the drop down here on the right, and you can tell, and you select it, boom. And there's a very nice imprint there of a nice circle, which, oh, another one at the north of it. So this could even be a roundhouse settlement. Exactly the same size. 1, 2. There's even one. There's even 2 next to that one. So there's 3 small. Well, small, large. There's 3 large roundhouses. Small, large roundhouses. But then I tried different LiDAR to see if I can bring it even more to life. This is the 50 centimeters by 1 meter LiDAR. And you can see very prominently, clear as day, on the data of the fresh map, there are some roundhouses there. So then I go back to the old maps and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking there's nothing written on the old maps at all. And you would think there'd be something written on the old maps because I'm using the wrong side of the old maps. There's a drop down menu on the old maps section, which is, see where it says search panel? Above that it says 1885 to 1900 outline. I'm going to scroll it back up to do present day, and I'm going to switch down to old maps and see if I can find anything that indicates that actually used to be, or indicates that anyone has even found them before using satellite imagery. So I'm here on the left hand side. I'm scrolling back through all the old maps until I try and find something that makes more sense. So I'm going one by one, each of the old maps, going, oh, and then come across this. And this indicates old settlements that have been recorded and have been noted in the past. See where it just says circles. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. But these are things I wouldn't have noticed unless I initially caught my eye, gone through LiDAR and saw there was more than one that could have quite easily been passed off as something more modern. But looking at that, it's definitely some old circles. And look, there's even a half of one found in that field. Why would you have a half a roundhouse? And there's one in that field there, you can see. So these fields would be ideal if you have a permission and you find this on your land. This is a good indication you'll be finding the really old stuff. So yeah, I hope that helps you out a little bit on that side of things. I will soon be switching around to try and find some old footpaths and, wait for it, some Roman stuff. It's really interesting here as well. You see the old maps here, you can see there used to be a nice little triangle woodland. In the present day maps, it's all been cleared away and used for farmland. But what's caught my attention is the FP, that line on the old map, indicates an old footpath and it goes past the woodland. So I went through LiDAR maps to see if there's any remnants in the earth, which you can't see with the naked eye, of an old footpath actually cutting through. So I searched on my LiDAR maps, I couldn't see it, and I searched through different other aerial maps to see if there's any hesitation of an old footpath line, which you could see from the air, but there wasn't. But on noticing that, I scrolled away to the right and see the old maps where it says, Roman remains found, 1874. So this field here, there was Roman remains found in 1874, before the time of metal detectors. So there's Roman remains found there. If this is your permission and you come across this, you must be going jumping for joy, because you never know. These things get lost in the old maps, and it takes a lot of time and effort to scroll through, especially lands, all the British fields and stuff, to actually find these little sites. But they have been recorded, and that may even be a scheduled site. So you need to check with your flow before going in there, guns blazing. So what I'm doing now, I found is Roman remains found. I'm going back through the old map to see any more recorded incidences on this little bit of land. So I'm just going through one by one, simultaneously trying to find anything that indicates anything more was found through the years. And then I come across this. Ordnance Survey map from 1937 to 61. It even says site of a Roman building, possibly a Roman villa. If this is your permission, you've just hit the jackpot. You'll be on the Roman for a while. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that's given you some sort of education of how to use a bit of side-by-side mappage. If there's anything I've missed, feel free to leave in the comments below. And the most obvious comment which I see in the comments below, I'll pin to the top. No doubt I have missed stuff. I'm only human at the end of the day. But for those beginners out there who have got their first permission, it's definitely worth getting on side-by-side maps, having a scan, because you never know, you could be detecting the wrong side of the field. You might think, oh, I found lots and lots of like modern silver coins, so I'm concentrating over here. If you've got side-by-side maps and you realise there's a Roman villa there, but it's really quiet over there, it's definitely worth sticking with it. You never know what will come up. If you've learned anything, or give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to help you guys find more treasure, and if I have done, I've done my job. Right, boys and girls, without further ado, I'm going to end this video. If you like this sort of video, you want to see something more from different websites, whatever, I can give you a helping hand with, feel free, drop it in a comment below. I am out digging again tomorrow. We have had a lot of rain today, but I had a puncture in my car and it's just getting sorted now. By the time I got my puncture sorted from the garage, I didn't have time to get out swinging my metal detector before picking my son up from school. But the ground should stay sodden wet for the foreseeable couple of days, so I am out digging tomorrow in the wet. I will be finding stuff because it's wet. Right. Thank you all for joining me, and yeah, off a trot.